if you're tired of being lazy, if you're tired of procrastinating, if you're tired of playing small, if you're tired of being lonely, if you're tired of feeling weak and feeling inferior and feeling like nothing, I've been there before too. And the thing is, I had to take risks. And by risk, I don't mean you have to go do something extra drastic. By risk, I mean you have to risk the status quo. You have to risk what you think everybody else wants you to do. Or you have to risk fitting in with everybody else. Because everybody forgot about peer pressure. Like, that shit don't exist no more. But peer pressure still exists, even on a bigger scale. Because now that we have social media, everybody is conforming to the same shit, doing the same things as everybody else, and you're expecting a different result. If you want more than average, how are you going to do what average people do? And how are you going to act and think and feel how average people act, think, and feel and get a different result? You're just going to get more average. So you have to be extraordinary. You have to be great. Go your own path. And this is what I decided to do because I had no other choice. I was always an outcast. I was always, bruh, just different. I was mute, bruh. I was always, it's like this is just normal to me just to do different shit than everybody else and react differently and feel different and think different. Even though I did fall to peer pressure, even though I did give in to social conditioning and the status quo, there's still things that you can do that are small risks to change your life. And the first thing is meditation. Meditation is just going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel more at peace. It's going to make you feel calmer. You're going to have a clear head eventually. Once you stick to it for a certain period of time, you're going to be mentally sharp. You're going to be calm in situations where everybody else is panicking. You're just going to know what to do. You're going to trust your intuition more. And you're going to move through life better and be able to handle adversity better once you meditate. But it seems like nobody wants to do it. Because number one, everybody thinks that meditation is about being perfect and you shouldn't have any thoughts come up. And if you're thinking, you're doing it wrong. That's not what meditation is, bro. Meditation is just letting the thoughts come and observing them and detaching from them and calibrating yourself to the moment as often as possible. You're going to think thoughts, especially if you've been scrolling all day, consuming all day. You've been at work. You've been in stress. You've been in traffic. You're worrying about your bills. You're worrying about that girl. You have all this anxiety, all this worry, all this doubt, fear. Of course, you're going to have all of these thoughts. But the thing is, all of these things are supposed to pass through you, bro. They're not supposed to just sit there. You're not supposed to own them like they're yours. This is the mistake most people make. They own all of this shit. They own all of their thoughts. That's why their thinking is fucked up. They own all of their feelings and emotion. That's why they feel like ass. Instead of seeing a situation where you was afraid as, oh, damn, I was just afraid in that situation. That doesn't make me an afraid person. You hold on to that situation. You say, damn, bro, I was scared in that situation. So that means that I'm a bitch. That means that I'm like this forever and I can't change and my life is stuck like this and I have to be fearful in every single situation. And that's not how it is, bro. You might have been fearful in that moment. You might have felt that, but there might be another time where you don't have to feel that. And that's where you have to get past the limitations of your old self-image. You do that by creating another self-image. That's another risky thing that you gotta do. You gotta create a new version of yourself by defining a new self-image for yourself. Because the old self-image is just gonna get you more of the old. You gotta become somebody new. You got to change internally to change your external world as it is a mirror. And it's just a whole better life overall. You can actually take action based off of who you are rather than taking action based off of what you think other people want you to do or need you to do. You can actually see your world start to change. You start to see life give you resources and give you the path to become the person that you defined. And I'm telling you this from experience because I've done it. Before I went to Thailand, I wrote out who I wanted to be, all the character traits that I wanted, and I forgot about that shit. Then when I went through it. I went through all the hardship. I went through all the adversity. I went through all of that. It wasn't just this rainbow, sunshine, paradise. Like, some people's stories is like that, but that's not what my story was. Because deep inside, I didn't have paradise. So even if I'm in paradise, I'm not going to feel paradise. I'm not going to see that, because my reality is an echo of what's inside of me. So I had to go through all of that. And when I came back to the United States, and I forgot that I even wrote this down. I'm just going through my old notebooks because I'm about to throw some shit away. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, bro. This shit kind of crazy. Like, I wrote down all of these character traits, bro, and I became all of that shit. And that's the power of defining yourself and writing down who you want to be and defining your new self-image, because you're giving your subconscious mind a place to take you. So if you want to live a better life, if you want to be proud of yourself, if you want to be strong, if you want to be courageous, if you actually want to live dangerously instead of living like a bitch-made man, define a new self-image and take the steps to become that. Get out your comfort zone. Do things that scare you. Another risk is exercise. It's the most simple thing. Exercise, bro. Now, I don't mean just go to the gym and lift some weights and make it easy. You're not sweating. You're not doing nothing. I'm talking about like strenuous exercise. I'm talking about doing 50 burpees. I'm talking about running. I'm talking about going on a walk on a treadmill at the highest incline for an hour. I'm talking about when you're in the gym, only do 30-second rest and do 15 to 20 to 25 reps of everything. Breathe hard. Get out of your mind. Get into your body. Because strenuous exercise has so many benefits for your life, for your mental, and for your mental toughness, and your masculinity. Because you're just going to feel more powerful. You're going to feel more like a man. You're going to feel more masculine. You're going to feel like you can go through challenges. You're going to feel like you can get that girl. You're going to feel more inclined to be disciplined and to get up early. You're going to have more energy, because contrary to popular belief, the more energy that you use, the more energy that you get. But if you just sit around all day watching Netflix and scrolling Instagram or TikTok, not doing nothing, or playing video games, you're not going to get no extra energy, because energy comes into your vessel and it's going to fill up your vessel. Depending on how much energy you use, that's how much is going to come fill you up, if you understand what I'm saying. So you got to do more, because you're making your cup wider for the universe to pour more energy into you. But if you're sitting there in the limitations of your mind, in your comfort zone, in bitch mode, sitting afraid in your room, crying like this is a dystopian society or something, like you're just sitting there acting like the real world is not outside, and you're just sitting there acting like everything online is real, and you can't go outside and take no action. You can't make no friends. You can't get no girls. You can't have no fun. You can't enjoy your life. This all is just goddamn just a whole blur. If you're acting like that, you're just gonna end up in the same cycle over and over and over and over and over. And you're going to be on your deathbed and you're going to regret your life, rather than taking the steps that I told you in this video, and then taking out steps to become an entrepreneur, which is taking control over your life and your freedom and your time, and you determining your worth and you determining your value. But that takes building value in yourself and seeing yourself as valuable too. Because once you got that freedom, bro, it's just a whole different feeling. It's a whole different life. Yeah, you're still going to have problems. Everything ain't going to be perfect, but at least you don't have a boss telling you what to do every day. You don't have somebody telling you have to be here at this time or you're not going to be able to pay your bills. You're not going to feel burdened to do something you don't want to do. That autonomy is key. Your whole life can change once you start to take risks. Once you start to take risks, you will face adversity. You will go through hardships. You will go through positive stress, if you view it that way. The stress that builds the great man. The stress that builds power. The stress that builds your masculine energy. The stress that shows you the way to greatness. and build your confidence and build your energy and build your aura. Don't you want to be that guy? Don't you want to be that guy that can walk into a room and shift it? Don't you want to be a guy that walks down the street and people just automatically gravitate towards you? Like people are riding by and they're just looking at you because your energy is that strong. Your being is that strong. Don't you want to be a guy that can help people, that can give value to people? Don't you want to be that guy that your kids are going to be proud of their dad and they tell all of their friends about you, about how great you are, about you have this great business and how you do all this fire ass shit? Don't you want to be that person? Or do you want to still do the same thing you've been doing? Asking yourself, what if? What if I did that? What if things don't work out? What if things fail? It don't matter, bruh. Because even if you fail, you're going to be in the same position that you are in right now. You're going to feel even worse if you don't try. At least if you try, if you shoot your shot at life, you can actually give yourself a chance to do something different. But that's not going to happen when you're living in bitch mode. That's it for this video. It's Zen Hustler, no slave. I'm out.